Hello again, and welcome to this short video that goes into a bit more detail about our cash forecaster software. The previous video goes through the main 7 benefits that you get when you download this product, but in this one I'm going to go into a bit more detail of the features that you receive when using it. So here we have 22 key benefits or features within the software. We have already talked about the fact that it will forecast for up to 7 years. So this includes for all your reports, whether it's the profit and loss account, your cash flow forecast, your balance sheets and so on. You don't have to do it for 7 years, but it gives you that feature. So if you only want to produce a 12-month forecast, then that's all you need to do. Or you might want to equally produce something for 3 years, then you can do that also. It's set up for international currency. It defaults to the UK sterling or the pound sign, but you can easily change this to dollars or euros or whatever currency symbol you have within your country, as we do have users around the globe using cash forecaster software. One of the most important points of preparing cash flows is to make sure everything balances. The last thing you want to do is prepare a set of cash flows and present them to, say, a bank or your directors or whoever it is you're presenting it to, and for something to come out where it doesn't actually make sense. And within Cash Forecaster we have balance sheet reports at the end of each period, including the opening balances. You can put in the opening balances if you're an existing business. Of course, if you're a new business just starting out, then you won't have opening figures. And the balance sheet will show you that everything balances between the cash forecast, the profit and loss, and everything else works within your reports. So you'll have peace of mind that everything will work and that the reports that people are looking at actually make sense. Also built within the Cash Forecaster software are up to 10 loan or hire purchase accounts with many great functions, including loan repayment holidays. You can have it so your interest is charged to the loan itself or to your bank, and many more features within there. Also, you can have up to 20 product or sales lines with associated costs within the system, and all the entries, once you put them in there, automatically appear on the correct reports, where this is on your profit and loss account or on your cash flows, and then all the final figures on your balance sheets. You can have it so that it automatically calculates overdraft interest if you're looking to see whether you need an overdraft and what level that is. And you can just put in whatever interest rate you think the bank will be charging you, or if you know what the bank will be charging you. Also, if you have money sitting on deposit, it will allow you to put in a number there and it will calculate that for you based upon what money you have sitting in your bank account. It's very easy. You can set up very flexible customer payment terms from cash, or if they pay by credit card, if you take credit cards, 30 days, 60 days and so on. And all the figures and entries are done for you. So if, for example, your sales, people pay you within 30 days, the sales included within one particular month on the profit and loss account, automatically the cash flow forecast will include the amount, including, for example, if you have VAT or GST or sales tax on your cash forecasts. And at the end of the period, whatever amounts owed by your customers, this will equally appear on your balance sheet. So all the entries are done for you. This is the same with your supplier payments, and you can allocate different payment terms to different suppliers. And this is, again, all the entries are done for you, including whatever is owed at the end of the period on your balance sheet. So everything is very, very straightforward. If you do take credit cards, you can set up credit card charge calculations within the system, so how much your bank charges you for taking card payments. And already mentioned, you've got the facility for VAT, sales tax or GST, depending on where you are in the world when you're using the system, and all the calculations, including where the payments fall within your cash forecasts, are taken care of. So all you need to do is put in your, say for example, one of your expense headings and decide whether there's this type of tax associated with that. So in England we have 20% VAT in general. So if you put that it was 20% VAT, the calculations for that are all put in the right places on the various reports, including the outstanding balance on your balance sheet. You can also set it up, you can turn this facility on and off for corporation tax, So you can say when this amount of tax is paid or not, and there are various adjustment scenarios within there for you too. Asset depreciation rates are done automatically for you. So all you need to do is to put in your asset how much it costs you, the month that it's actually going to go out of your cash flows, and then everything else is done for you as long as you set the right depreciation rates, which you can quite easily pick up from your accounts. So you don't actually need to be an accountant to work all this out. All you need to know is what the rate is, the type of asset, and you just pick a drop down menu to do that, and then everything else is done for you, so it'll include it in the right month in your cash forecasts, and then the amounts of depreciation automatically calculated and put on your profit and loss account, and at the end of the day all the right figures and entries are entered on your balance sheet at the end of the day. There are up to 30 overhead expense lines. This makes sure that it will fit onto the size of the report, so the reports all look professional and neat. And also you have a facility to enter stock and work in progress at the end of each of your periods. Also a very useful tool, which is one of the main benefits that we list in the 7 main benefits, is the sensitivity analysis tool. So you've put all your entries in, you've produced your cash and profit forecasts, and then you think, well, okay, what if my sales were to be reduced by say 10%, or my cost of sales were increased by 10%? You can work out various worst case or best case scenarios within the system without having to re-input everything. You can just very quickly just put in your increase or decrease percentage, and whether that is, as I said, an increase or a decrease, and then these just within seconds you can work out various scenarios. There are overhead dividends, drawings, capital introduced, and directors or partner loans facility within the system. And you can put in other debtors or other creditors and adjust these accordingly throughout the period. And I already mentioned there's the opening balance function. So if you're an existing business and you already have a balance sheet at the beginning, then you can enter those entries in there. So for example, you might have some opening debtors to do with your sales, so you can put that entry in, and then you put into the system when these debtors are paid, and they will appear in your cash flows accordingly. Also, a very good feature within there is a factoring or invoice discounting. Now, it may be that you already have this within your business, so you need that as a function when you're preparing new cash flow forecasts, or it might be that your business looking to see whether this is something that will actually benefit your business and how it will impact on your cash flows. And all the functions and features that are needed for invoice discounting or factoring are built within the system. There are very flexible headings, so you can change all the headings very quickly and easily to suit your particular business. And there's a number of reports, including an assumptions report, the assumptions based behind your cash and profit forecast. There's a summary forecast, which also includes a break-even analysis. Obviously, cash flow forecast, profit forecast. There's a trading summary which breaks down your sales and cost of sales, and various other reports backing up, say, the loans of VAT or GST or sales tax and so on. Also, a very useful feature is not just where we have reports which give you a summary of each 12-month period. You can also drill down and produce individual monthly reports. So you might want to say, okay, I want to have a look at an individual month of, say, January, what my profit and loss account looks like specifically from the entries you've made for that month. And then you can have a comparative of whatever period you want to. So you might want to have a look at the previous January, or you might want to look at the December period, the month before. And this will give you reports for both your profit and loss account and your balance sheet. So that's pretty much everything I want to go into today of the 22 key features that come with Cash Forecaster software. But also I just want to remind you that it is very easy to use. You don't need to be an accountant. We do have many customers that are not accountants that use this software, and within a very short space of time of downloading the product, you'll have cash flow forecasts and profit and loss account reports very quickly and easily. So thank you for listening, and bye for now.